Hello everyone, my name is John Ross, your favorite host. And your only host. But aside from that, let's continue on with our first episode of Let's Set Things Straight, the only podcast asking mythical beasts and local legends what really happened during their lifetime. Or in this case, after lifetime, because for our first episode, we have Sister Agatha. Hello, Miss Agatha, how are you today?
Oh, fine, I guess, but mostly burning for eternity. I got to flicker a couple lights today, which is nice.
How wonderful! Being here must be a nice break from all that suffering.
Well, that's debatable, but sure.
Well, moving on, let's inform everyone about what the stories say about you. Ooh. Legend has it that 100 years ago, in the building now known as Corbin Middle School, it was a church with many nuns worshiping in it. But on this very day, Sister Agatha was murdered. When her body was found, the remaining nuns were escorted from the church, but since the murder was never found, the building was abandoned for many years, until the city decided to renovate it into the middle school we know today. So do you...
Don't even get me started. 100 years this, 100 years that. Do I look 100 years old to you? I died in 2010. I'm not even 30.
Really?
Yes, really. I was 13 whenever I was murdered.
So it's true you were murdered.
Yeah, like I said, I was murdered.
Will you stop it with the lightning?
Gang-a-lang, if you're not coolio like that, why did you even hire me?
Oh my goodness. Oh well. Anyways, where were we? Oh yes, the juicy details of your murder. What did I just say?
You told me to stop it with the lightning. You want me to start with the thunder?
I swear. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, Agatha, continue your story.
It was a day much like today. The sun was shining, barely a cloud to be seen when it happened. But that day, I made my worst mistake yet, and my last, because I pushed my friend Samantha a little too far. So there I was in sixth period when the bell rang, and everyone, including the teacher, Mr. Baker, raced out of the room. It was just me left in the room when she did it. I was packing up my stuff into my binder when I felt a sharp pain in my right shoulder. I'm guessing from...
Agatha! Are you still saying I killed you?
I knew it was you! You were always jealous of me and Kyle!
He was mine!
No, he wasn't!
Well, while that's happening, let's move on to our next guest.
Stay tuned for our next guest after these messages brought to you by Channel 24 and 3/4.
Do you ever feel like this?
I'm just so sad. I took a picture of a UFO and it's too blurry. You can't even tell what it is.
Well, do I have the solution for you?
Really?
Your very own UFO photo capturing crew. For a monthly subscription of $59.99, you can have an entire crew with the highest tech cameras at your location in 5 minutes or less, guaranteed.
You've got a deal.
If you are or plan to become pregnant, do not subscribe to UFO PCC, and side effects may include
memory distortion, kidnapping, suicidal thoughts, nausea, stomach aches, lobotomies, and queerness. Very gay.
Get your UFO PCC today at 1-800-UFO-CAPTURE today.
After these messages, let's get back to the show on Channel 24 and 3/4.
Welcome back, everyone, to meet our next guest. He's famous, he's monstrous, and nerds know him as Frankenstein's monster.
Before you say anything, just call me Frankenstein. Frankenstein's monster is just so rude. Imagine if people called you Michael's offspring. So be respectful. Call me Frankenstein.
Hear that, everyone? Frankenstein is his name, so respect its pronouns. I don't want to hear nothing about it actually being his monster in the comments. Got it? Moving along, the story is too long to summarize in just a couple of minutes, so any of you listeners need a refresher on the story, there are plenty of copies of the book in the school library. But other than that, do you have anything specific about your story you want to debunk, Mr. Frankenstein?
Yes, I do actually. I feels better. I've had some phlegm in my throat, but it seems like it's partly passed. Anyways, yes, I have something that everyone gets wrong. About halfway through the story, the doctor started doing copious amounts of drugs. It was different times, but it had side effects. He started to remember things that didn't even happen.
Wow.
Yeah!
I did not expect that. What? So what really happened?
Well, when my creator decided not to build me a wife, I was furious and I ran away. I traveled a very far distance and I didn't know exactly where I ended up, but I found a Buddhist monastery, and at a point, I was having a sort of crisis. So I decided to stay there, and I was happy for a pretty long time. Eventually, I came to my terms and I wanted to tell my creator I forgave him. So I asked the other monks and they agreed. So I left the monastery and I found him right as he was dying. But I never got a word in. I never got to forgive him. But yeah, for about like half the book I wasn't even there.
Dang, half the book is a lot.
I know, right?
Well, moving on. I heard you say something about a monastery. Can you talk more about that?
Oh yeah, I spent about 10 years in that monastery. I think it helped me a lot in figuring out who I was, because I was made up of all these people, but I'm not really them in my own person,
That's deep, man. Mans.
Yeah, but it really helped me get through some tough times.
Good for you. Them. Do you have anything else to say? Well, that's it. Remember to tune in next time at 666.8 Underworld Broadcasting to meet our next creepy and kooky and altogether spooky guests. And I'll see all you listeners next time. A couple seconds, and then I'll point at you and we'll start.
Stay tuned as we interview our next guest after these messages.
Do you ever feel like this?
I'm just so sad. I took a picture of a UFO and it's too blurry. You can't even tell what it is.
Well, do I have the solution for you?
Really?
Your own UFO photo capturing crew. For a monthly subscription of $59.99, you can have an entire crew with the highest tech cameras at your location in 5 minutes or less, guaranteed.
You've got a deal.
If you plan,
Dang it! Dang it!